ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Memorial Day weekend. We've got a little work to do on the old 2020 X3. So it has recently turned 4,000 miles, and it started to I don't know, like it has a hesitation around 6,500 RPMs. I know I've talked about this before with bad fuel or low octane fuel, but now it's doing it even with the 93. And it seems from spending time on the forums that spark plugs might be the culprit. So got some spark plugs from, I ordered them from Whelen, but they are actually Brisk Racing. They are highly recommended. Both Evo and Whelen have them. Whelen happened to be the cheapest one I could get them from, so went ahead and ordered it from Whelen. So they've gapped them really tight for like high performance, you know, high level tuning, E85 type stuff. So I'm actually going to spread the gap back out closer to a factory setting. But other than that, I've actually never done this before on the X3. I've seen where it's recommended that you take like the intercooler and move it and all that crap, but I really don't want to do that because I don't want to have to take the bump seat out, because that's a pain. So what I'm going to do is pull the bed and go from there and see if we can do it with just the bed out of the way. So I've never pulled the bed before, so I don't know what it looks like under there. I know there's a pretty good heat shield right here for the muffler, but it looks like from looking down in these holes that you might be able to get to it at least easier than you know, trying to just jam your hand up in the side here, which also looks like it could be done. But I really don't want to do that since you're dealing with some pretty sensitive things in the engine. You know, I don't want to be struggling. I just want to be able to get in there straight. So hopefully with this way I can maybe just get underneath the intercooler how I need to and be done with it. So I'm gonna pull these covers off, this cover. Also gonna be putting on this RPM catch can kit that they sent us. It's a pretty cool deal. They recommend mounting it down here. I'm actually not going to do that because I'm a little worried about it. So I'm going to mount it and run it up here and mount it right here inside this on the, I guess, C-pillar that really doesn't do anything except hold this up. Mount it on the inside, run the tubes down. I think it should be good. So at least that's the plan. Hopefully there's enough hose and stuff. So anyway, going to jump to this, and I'll update you as we get further along. Okay, so maybe not as much access as I was hoping taking the bed off. Steven and Carter actually pulled this thing off while I was tending to my dog. She's got a little wound on her neck, so we were kind of trying to dress it up. But you can get to them at least. It's still going to be pretty hard. So I'll probably just need to go ahead and do what I didn't want to do and pull the dang intercooler, or at least lift it up a little bit or something. Looks like you could probably lift it up, but this piece is bolted up somewhere on the firewall, which is probably right where I can't get to because of the bump seat. The bump seat is such a pain to get in and out. It's excellent, but it's a pain to get in and out. Man. I wonder if I can just take these off. These two bolts right here. I'll give it a shot. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I took this little bracket off that holds these hoses right here, and now I've got enough space to where I can get in there. I'm gonna get these things done. I've already got, you can see I've already got the first one pulled out, first coil. Now I just need to pull the spark plugs. But I need to run up there and get the gapper, and stretch those back out. I think they had them at like about 18 thousandths, and factory is 30 thousandths. So I'm probably going to put it like 28, 26 thousandths, something like that. A little bit tighter, but that way we're not, you know, too small on the gap. So I think I got the harder one out first as far as doing it this way. I could see how that would be easy just if you were able to just get the bolt here, over here, and here for the intercooler, pop the intercooler out of the way. I can see how that'd be easier because I mean it is right over top. So I've got enough room that I can lift the intercooler up to pull stuff in and out. I should be able to get the sockets in there, but I'm gonna run up and get the gap and gap this thing a little bit further out. So this is interesting. I just got the first spark plug out. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I mean, it's got some wear on it. There's some light on it. I mean, it's got some wear. Of course, it's a spark plug, but they're supposed to be 30 thousandths from the factory. And apparently, according to Evo, Wayland, those guys, they're popular for as they wear the gap spreading. And with my handy dandy little AutoZone gapper thing here, we're at about 34 thousandths on the gap. So maybe that could have contributed to it having a hard time running. I mean, you know, just so worn out that the spark was having a hard time jumping, because it would like you floor it from the stop, and it would run up like 6,500 RPMs, kind of stumble, and then like work its way through and make it back up to like 8 grand. So maybe it has something to do with the spark plugs. Of course, I mean, the duty cycle of these bad boys versus like a car. I mean, a 3-cylinder and running RPMs all the time. I'm sure these puppies got a lot of action. So hopefully the tighter gap, it'll help it. Tighter gap, new spark plugs. Hopefully that'll help it smooth out the idle, because it would rough idle sometimes. It's kind of weird. And then the of course, the stumbling at about 6,500 RPMs. But it was weird because it would like make itself through. Like it would get up to there, start to stumble a little bit, and it's like the computer made adjustments, and then it would continue on 72, 74, 7,800, and run 8,000 if you held it wide open for long enough. So, oh no, we're gonna see. I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna keep pulling these spark plugs, get the new ones in, and go from there.